Welcome to Torment Science Numenera. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the delay. I'm so excited, so I'm talking way too fast. There were reasons. These reasons have been eliminated. So I am going to play this game today. While about 20 minutes before, I thought maybe I need more time and won't play this game. But now that time has... I don't need that time anymore, so I will play today. Huh. That's one explanation from... Politician couldn't have done it better. Alrighty, let's continue. We are in the Chiurgeon Slump with... Ooh, there's a lot of time between a hard save and a quick save. And we want to... everything alright? The picture? Yes, it is. We are here in Chiurgeon Slump, and the music is pretty loud, isn't it? Is it just me? No. Okay. That should be all right. So we are here still in the bloom. What I mean with still, I mean this is pretty much the last location there is in the game, so we won't be anywhere but the bloom for the rest of the game. Besides some extra dimensional locations through these moors. And the bloom is a living organism, and it has a city inside of it, besides next to Sargus Cliffs. And we are looking for the magnetic, MC Hammernetic amulet in one in the Ascension, which is a place we can go through different moors. These moors always lead to different locations, but once you step through them, you're never the same person again. They mostly feed on negative emotions like fear, hate, anger, rage, whatever. We're here in Chiurgeon Slump, and we want to talk to the Chiurgeons, which are the healers in this game, or in this world, the surgeons, Chiurgeons, get it? And I think maybe these two can help our dear friend Eritis, who's possessed by some kind of nanobots, with evil nanobots maybe? That's at least what we think. And also there's Orth Faung in here, who is some person from Elegant's past. So that's why we're here. We have talked to these fellas already. But we haven't talked to Sheen completely, who sells or trades in emotions. And maybe we can sell some of our experiences. Maybe we can sell some of our experiences to her. Let's see. I have no idea what voice I gave her the last time, so let me just improvise. The traveler fills my door again. What brings him here this time? Again. I think I've bought everything I wanted to buy. And sold stuff. Yeah. Looking good. Okay, Sheen. I have many unique experiences. I can provide the feeling of overwhelming another's mind with a wave of psychic energy. Oh, our title search. I don't know if that's a good idea, but let's see what she says. Her eyes widen in anticipation. Sheen has heard of such as you. Dominators and manipulators. Sheen offers essences in trade for these energies. Your offering lowers my prices. Does the traveler accept? I think I've already bought everything I wanted to buy from her, so I think the offer is bad, but, well, why not? I do. Then step in with me. She reaches out for you as she activates her apparatus. Her hand makes contact with you, a rainbow aura settles across both of you, and you feel a connection to her mind. Fleeting images of a grand palace arching over a river, a mad flight over polluted swamplands, and great aerial predators that swoop onto unwary travelers in a grassland that seems to have no end. And let me just read that again so I can understand what I've read out. Okay, you feel the familiar swirl of tidal energies begin deep within you. As the machine continues to whir, you feel her insistent thoughts pushing at your mind. The tides curl around her. The shell of her mind compresses, her body becomes a puppet to your will, dancing to your invisible strings. Her grasp on your arm tightens as she writhes and screams, but she lets it go on and on. Finally, with a shriek, she releases her grip on your arm and fumbles for her beaker. Semi-solid bloody tears spill from her eyes, great gouts of rich and putrid scabrous tissue. She retrieves them with her bottle, scraping the lip of the bottle up her cheeks to ensure that she captures the essence completely. The apparatus winds down, and the rainbow glow fades. Sheen meets your eyes for a long moment. You bring me a familiarity, kinship in spirit. She inclines her head slightly. My wares, the cost to you is my cost to buy. Gratitude. Shitballs, I've already bought everything I needed. Last time. I think that has happened to me the last time I played it. Because I was too keen to buy stuff, and that's not me personally. I'm always waiting to buy. I can't wait to sell, but I'm waiting to buy. Yeah, schniddled it. Can you create a mixture that will open the Murden in the slump? Know you what it seeks? All creatures live in desire, so too must the Maw desire something. Wants to devour Artaglio. She closes her eyes as if picturing Artaglio in her mind. The man wears the black mask of fear, but he carries the marks of a hero. He carries a soldier's essence, but he has forgotten its face. She frowns and holds up 2 bony fingers. 2 ways to do such. 1. Fetch me his skin or bring me his hair, and I can find the truth of the man. A warning. The condottiere will see no change if you give him the essence. You must provide another subject. I mean to say that another must ingest his essence. She meets her gaze for a moment. The bloom is not gentle. Few would accept your offer knowing this. Only the truly desperate plot this course. 2. I can remind him of his truth. I tell you this, the bloom will likely devour him. Simply look at my wares and you shall find the bravery that he requires. Ah, okay. So I can... Fuck this webcam. I can make him drunk? Basically? Is that what you're saying? And then push him into the bloom? That's... not nice, but okay. Oh, where's the game? There's the game. Let's see what you have for sale. No, I think there are people that want to go through that maw. So, Bourras, where did you come from? So I think with this essence I can do some stuff.
Making a note.
This young man's beauty shines even through his grimy face and his tattered clothes. His eyes are wide and staring, electric blue, and the movements his fingers trace through the air look like birds in flight. He snaps out of his reverie and grins at you, his teeth even and white against his brown skin. On close examination, you can see that his rags were once fine fabrics, carefully and expertly stitched. He greets you with an easy familiarity, like an old companion. His voice is smooth and educated, mellifluous and soft. "Hello, friend. My name is Bourras. Can you spare 200 shins?" "Why do you need the money?" "Why? Why? Friend, do you remember the first time you fell in love? The sweet laughter of an infant, the taste of a tear when you hear of a friend's death? I do. I remember them even though they haven't happened to me." He stops, puzzlement crossing his face. "At least, I don't think they have. But no matter. Here inside this shop, Sheen sells the essence of those experiences. If you have the shins, you can live them all yourself. At least you can live them until you run out of money, which I have. Did I ask you for shins already? I could swear I did. I only need 200. What? We can... There is an automaton with... Well... So this automaton, the first option is talking about, is a machine with the head of a person inside of it, which is looking for... I don't know what exactly were they looking for. I think they are looking for bodies to transplant their heads onto so they can live forever, and they are looking for beautiful bodies. But like I said, they are planning to put other heads onto these bodies, which means the old heads have to go. So option 1 lets us manipulate him into... You understand? I don't know. Farewell, Bourras. If you happen to come into some money, remember me. What happens if you step into or closer to this maw? I mean, it's not looking for us, so we should be safe. In a darkened corner of the slump, surrounded by waving tendrils, is a knotted mass of bloom flesh. The flesh looks thick and old, and you can detect a jagged seam running across its surface, with faint light glinting from within. As you approach, all the sounds of the slump seem to fade. The chatter of the locals and the rough laughter of the soldiers recede into the distance, replaced by the hissing, chittering voices of the bloom. You realize suddenly that this is a maw, and the waving tendrils are its tongues. Somehow you're certain that you've confronted this maw before. A moment later, you correct yourself. You haven't confronted this maw before, but the Changing God has. And in a different body. The memory glimmers half formed at the edge of your consciousness. Let's recover. We're so smart. Yeah, and stat pools restored, which I haven't used up, but no, well, that's always nice. You concentrate upon the memory and it begins to emerge. The Changing God stands in front of the Chiurgeon Slump maw, and you realize now that it is uncommonly old. He wears the body... He wears, meaning the Changing God, he wears the body of a tall and powerful man, a glaive, a fighter. From a leather case at his side, he draws a crystalline object. Clasping it tightly in his hand, its name leaps into your mind, the Magmatic Amulet. This is the artifact that you seek, and it was once in the hands of your sire, just as Chiurgeon said. You take careful note of the artifact so that you can describe and recognize it if need be. Suddenly, the whispering voices of the bloom are changed, as if the amulet is a prism through which they can be understood. It's still impossible to translate the chittering into words, but impressions begin to fill the changing guard's mind. Hunger and expectation, and most of all, welcome. Your sire reaches forward a hand, and the maw opens at his touch, compelled by a bond he has forged in the depths of the bloom. He steps through the portal and is gone. The memory fades. So, if we want to have the amulet, it seems to be in there. Observe the behavior. The fleshy tendrils wave lazily about, tracing random patterns in the air. They don't appear interested in you. Sorry. Again? Nothing. Listen carefully to the bloom voices. Drinking the water of the bloom has made your thoughts blurry, but in your unfocused state, the bloom's hissings and chitterings seem almost comprehensible. They evoke impressions of hunger and craving, all centered upon the man who stands near the center of the slump, the mercenary captain, Artaglio. Just a short mic check, Just a short mic check, Nice. Listen again. Let's aim for ourselves. You edge forward, making no effort to slap away the tendrils. One of them drifts toward you, brushing against your arm and passing through your flesh with a prickly, hot, cold sensation. Disinterested, the tendril drifts away. Again. Okay, they want Artaglio. Slum Dweller, what do you say? Demeray and Obervich were my last hope. My last! This Telesponcia is going to kill me. Telesponcia? What? Okay. Those irregulars are going to ruin me. Sheen's for this, Sheen's for that. Happy to help. I can make you handsome. So handsome. Just let me cut your face. Slice here, a cut there. You won't even recognize yourself when I'm done. Detailed diagrams of various body parts cover a membrane stretched within a metal frame. So, tattoos? Let's talk to Orth Faung, then. You see a tall, nervous man pacing back and forth. His hair is a mess, his clothing stained with food and chemicals. His left eye is an engraved orb of metal, and you can hear it whirring from a distance. He casts fretful glances all around the space, as if waiting for someone or something.
Making a note.
Elegant. I heard you were in the bloom, but I didn't dare come to look for you. He looks around anxiously. I had a revelation about your tattoos as I was examining the frame, and if I could just compare the windings of your tattoos with the circuitry of the frame, I could verify my hypotheses. Unfortunately, Murden stole the frame, and I have no idea where it is. Did you get my note? Orth, what in the name of the Black Three are you doing here? Why did you leave the Order of Truth? I got your note, and it said to be careful with my tattoos, but it didn't say why. And it didn't say where you were going. It didn't. No, that can't be right. I distinctly remember... no. Of course not. I was being coy and cautious, but I thought you'd divine my meaning, you know? Slow horror begins to dawn on his face. Did you stop using the tattoos? No. I've been working on powering them, making them more effective, honing my control. Alright. That's my fault. I should have been more clear, and maybe it's nothing. I need the frame to be sure, though, but stop using them. Right now. Keep them close to you. Okay. What happened? Well, why did you come to the Bloom? I studied that frame for years. Years. Really. The more I studied it, the more concerned I was about the effects that I might trigger if I were to activate it somehow. With Elegant's village of Orman as my first data point, I thought perhaps I should remove myself to some place where the effects might be less disastrous. Much safer here, much less likely to disrupt anything important. Also, the Order of Truth was annoyed with me. What's your... Where did the Murdens take the frame? Back to their filthy nest, no doubt. I've heard they eat people, and I'm not much of a fighter, or a negotiator for that matter. I just don't know for sure. What are we waiting for? Let's go find it, yeah? Tell me why you came here again. Oh, yeah. What happened to your left eye? This? Oh, nothing. I was doing some research on the Order of Truth and found this delightful apparatus. I thought that it appeared to be a prosthetic device, and as I was studying it more closely, it leapt into my face and devoured my eye. And then it mated itself with my visual cortex. The pain was tremendous, of course, just blinding, if you'll pardon the phrasing. But when I awoke, I discovered that I could see in multiple spectra, discern remarkably small objects, and occasionally expand my consciousness into other dimensions. Or perhaps those are just the headaches paired with euphoria. Whatever the case, it was a worthwhile sacrifice, and I hardly ever notice it's there anymore. And again? Why stop using the tattoos? I have some suspicions, but I can only tell Elegant. If I'm incorrect, there will be a minimal harm. If I'm correct, well, I will have some news that he'll be delighted to receive. Delighted. What's your theory about this frame? I don't want to raise Elegant's hopes if I'm wrong, but if I'm right, well, we'll all be happy if we stopped using them externally. Okay, farewell. Well, Elegant, what do you say?
Let's find that frame, shall we? I've waited long enough.
Okay. I just wanted to see if I had to tell him now that he should stop using his tattoos, and in hindsight, I wished I would have told him. Strips of bloom flesh fill the bottom of the basket. Some of them look like they've been gnawed by human teeth.
You've got it.
If you want blood. This creature was half dissected and then forgotten. Its innards have turned putrid and black. Looks like an insect. A mass of bloom flesh quivers on the table, picked at by humming machines. Every so often, one of them administers an electrical shock to the flesh, which responds with a scratchy little whine. This desk is littered with what appears to be journals recording medical experiments. This gruesome illustration depicts a human body suffering a multitude of different types of physical trauma. Next to each are annotations such as exquisite reaction, and result is disappointingly premature loss of consciousness. Diagrams depicting the human head and brain stand in the corner of the room. Game saved. Yeah, go away. Notification.
Sure enough.
Good. Maybe this will be our no. Why, good sir? Greetings, and welcome to our little operation. His long face suffuses with a smile at his joke. His sagging skin and the dark bags under his eyes speak of a deep physical weariness, but his manner is bright and cheery. He wipes his nose on a filthy sleeve and extends his hand. My name is Dr. Demeray. His partner steps forward as well. And I'm Dr. Obervich. He extends his hand. It's probably best to grasp the top one. Like his partner, his face is long and seamed. Unlike his partner, each of his arms is bifurcated at the elbow, with a mechanical forearm and hand grafted to them. A multitude of prosthetic eyes are drilled into the top of his head. But where are our manners? How can we help you? What sort of work do you do here? We take on any number of specialized patients. Take patient number 27, for example. Or Jont, as he calls himself. He was a visitant from another world, an alien creature. Our local maw devoured him and then spat him out a year later without a skin, muscle, or memory. Yet, if you look at him, you can see that he has both skin and muscle. Granted, it's human skin and muscle, but that's all we had to work with. We couldn't do anything about his memory. Why not? The bloom devours more than flesh and bone. It is hyper-aware, hyper-sentient, and its needs are still beyond our knowledge. We do know that it sometimes feeds on certain mental states and that certain psychic wavelengths attract its attention. I theorize that it nourishes itself on those wavelengths. This is most likely what happened to Jont. His essence, if you will, has been absorbed and probably excreted by now. There's no recovery from that. Can you tell me for yourselves? We are Chiurgeons, doctors and explorers who seek to expand the universe of medical knowledge. We have found the answers to many questions, dissecting and vivisecting any number of strange beasts, and we come ever closer to unlocking the deeper secrets of human existence. I hasten to add that we are not licensed in a number of jurisdictions, and in fact I understand that several localities have warrants for our arrest. We do nothing to others that we are not willing to perform on ourselves. In fact, we only seek out specialized persons. We are particular about our patients. Can you help Aratus? I am? Aratus says and turns to the doctors. Can you? I don't think we've ever expelled one of those. That does seem like the sort of thing one would remember. No, I think not. Growths, yes. Intestines, yes. Demons and miscellaneous supernatural infestations? Not our area of expertise, I'm afraid. Well, we could remove all infected organs and drain the fluids until the infection abates. Hold a moment. Is he interested in surviving the procedure? I would prefer not to be dead until I am dead, he says politely. Well, scratch that option then. I feel like we're missing something obvious.
Making a note.
Or someone, my esteemed colleague. I remember hearing about an expert in the field of nano-demons who fled to the bloom. I cannot remember her name for the life of me, but I believe she's hiding in the old slave block. Happy hunting! Okay, farewell. Bidet. Nothing. Chiurgeon. Oh, there's Jont. Yeah, I remember him. That's why his name seems so familiar. Okay.
Yes.
Of course.
Why, of course.
Okay, Artaglio, talk to me. You again? He takes a swallow of his vile-smelling drink. Tell me about your standard. He regards you through bleary eyes, leans back, and prepares to recite his tale. You can tell he's had long practice in turning incidents into anecdotes, then he stops. Murden stole it. Insult, so forth. Okay, something else? In the scrap of hair or some of your blood. My precious skin has been scarred enough in the service of Kerstovs, thank you very much. Wait a moment. You've been talking to Sheen, haven't you? About opening the maw? The moment you nod, he happily draws his knife and saws off a hank of his hair. Here you go. Anything else I can do to get you eaten? Nice. Artaglio cut off a hank of his hair and gave it to you. Sheen can distill this hair into a liquid essence that embodies Artaglio's nature. You can try to drink him under the table, which will be hard as we are not practiced. But let's just try before sleeping, and if we don't do it, if we fail, we just reload. I doubt you can outdrink me. It burns on the way down. He wasn't kidding about its harsh qualities, but he failed to mention the acrid sting it puts in your nose. Tears spring to your eyes, but you manage to swallow it all. Have another? Artaglio beams broadly. Absolutely. Shit. He laughs as the acrid drink binds up your throat. You're unable to finish your second cup, and in any event, the mercenary doesn't offer you any more. He salutes you and turns back to regale his soldiers with a story. And when the bellow-heart demanded fresh meat, I unbuttoned my trousers. Surrendered shortly after that. Okay. Fucking son. Hate it. I hate it. Let's see. If we can do something about it. Looks like maybe I can't. Because just a second. I know you can't see me. I can't access my webcam settings again. Which is, well, how do we? I have no idea. Maybe via the device manager. No. Okay, well, fuck it. And now the sun is gone, so everything is fine, and we continue with the game.
Need rest.
You need rest? What do you mean? Okay, so let's not drink with Artaglio, because we will not be able to finish it. Let's see what Sheen says. I have a hank of Artaglio's hair. All well, all good. Give the hair to Sheen. She takes the hair from your hands and begins humming tunelessly and tonelessly as she manipulates the levers and bolts of her strange device. She inserts Artaglio's hair into it and begins to glow. It pulses in regular time, like a heartbeat, and she lays her hands along its sides. As she touches it, the glow surrounds her as well, and it cycles through a kaleidoscope of colors into a spectrum you cannot name, but that evokes a painful clarity of emotion. The riot of color subsides and the machine ceases to glow, but the colors still play about her hands. She raises them to her eyes, the colors pass within. In a few moments, she begins coughing, great heaving spasms that shake her fragile frame. She glances at you as she retches and holds up a single finger, telling you to wait. She snatches a small bottle from her countertop and a stream of thin yellow gruel rockets from her mouth. She catches it expertly, missing not a drop, and rises from her hunched posture. She passes it to you, stands before the maw, "Maw, kitty cat, meow meow," and quaff. Stand before the maw and quaff the essence of the soldier. If it desires him, you will serve in his place. Sheen vomited this thin yellow gruel into a small bottle and gave it to you. It is the essence of Artaglio, distilled from a lock of his hair. If you drink it while confronting the maw in Chiurgeon Slump, it should be enough to convince the maw that you are Artaglio, so that the maw will consume you in his place. Do we want that? Huh.
Fair enough.
Let's leave this place and go to the Murdens.
I'm ready.
They seem to be important with the standard, the frame, and the lady that can help us there. Or can help Eritas. Oh, ladies.
Why not?
But first, let's go to Little Neilyash, because maybe it's time to sleep. Although Elegant, well, although, and in Little Neilyash are two guys we want to.
Let's go.
Well, no, let's go to the old slave block.
Find them. Something to do.
Because there were two thugs that were harassing a woman that offers us a place to sleep. So I thought that if we maybe get rid of them, that she would offer us to sleep there for free.
On
Slave block. Burdens. I already have a Murden save game? Didn't know that.
Yes.
Take it all. This wheeled vehicle looks like it was abandoned here during some kind of military assault. Okay.
Here we go then.
This makeshift bed consists of rags, dirty feathers, and assorted junk. Like all the others.
Doing it now.
Two hunched avian humanoids stare at you, their bright and hate-filled eyes shining above dirty yellow beaks. You recognize them at once. Murdens. They emit a kind of psychic fuzz, a mental blanket that makes it difficult for you to concentrate. One puffs up its greasy black feathers to make itself look larger, while the other scrapes close to the ground. Their arms wave and gesture, and the intent is clear. Go no further. We've learned with the other Murdens that you shouldn't show weakness, but neither should you show, should you back them into a corner. Maybe this? One of them points its blade toward the adjoining room. They back slowly and nervously away, keeping their eyes on you the whole time. Come to retrieve the standard.
Yes. Now.
The Murden draws back from you, hissing, and it looks nervously to its comrade on the other side of the room. It emits a burst of mental static that feels like trepidation. You don't want to talk to me, do you? Murden Chief.
You've got it.
Take all!
On it.
Oh, Skoura the Faceless. I guess that's the woman.
Here we go, then.
Beneath the grate, a vertical shaft descends into darkness. Faint whispers echo from somewhere far below. Manacles hang from the ancient stone plinth, but they are rusted and useless. No one has been chained here in a long time.
Of course.
Essence of a single sigh. The malachite-tinted bauble, filled with ashen vapor, pulsates at the touch. Pulsates. When peered at long enough, it invokes an intense feeling of solitude. The examiner never knows whether to embrace it or shun it. Take all. Can we use it? No, we can't. That's okay. Same.
Go.
Of them.
All right.
Crumbling masonry serves as a testament to a past effort to reinforce the walls, but the bloom seems to have other ideas.
You've got it.
This old metal door looks fairly solid. It has a single mechanical lock. You notice that the mechanism appears complicated, suggesting that it's more than just a simple lock. Examine it more closely. Embedded within the locking mechanism is a thin bladder of air, and as you look more carefully, you realize that the bladder is somehow connected to a series of tubes. This is a trap. A cunning, ingenious trap that is beyond the skill of the Murdens. It must be a part of the original design of the door. Try to disarm the trap. Thank you, Chiurgeon. Yes. Moving slowly and methodically, you trace the trigger mechanisms to a pinhole nozzle in the front of the door, which leads back to a small reservoir. It contains a dangerous substance that would be sprayed on a hapless victim. After disabling the triggers, you remove the reservoir from the door. You're now the proud owner of a small sack of molecular acid. 13 coming, okay. This small sack of acid was part of a cunning trap that you removed from a door in the old slave block. Its membrane is thin and easily punctured. If you throw it at an enemy, it will splatter them with molecular acid, and probably create a hazardous pool on the ground. Pick the lock. Come on, Tybir! Yes. Kitty cat! Meow meow! Hello! You're the first and probably the last today, but that's okay, because I love you. You manipulate the lock successfully, and the door unlocks with a satisfying clunk. Strips of flesh have been torn from this corpse, and the eye sockets are empty. Judging by the armor, this was one of the Memovira's thugs. Skinned creatures hang from wooden poles, dripping blood on the ground. This room must serve as the Murden's larder. They eat these people? Okay.
I'll remember that.
Yes, I do. How did you know? I mean, I would have streamed anyway from 5 to 7:30, and we would have begun at 7:30, but I thought that I had to prepare more, which now I don't have to. Ah. Smarty pants. 2 men share this cell. Both of them wear the armor of the Memovira soldiers. A third soldier lies on the ground nearby, lifeless. One of the survivors is badly hurt, bleeding and clutching his side. The other, a younger man, appears uninjured. His hands are bound with rusty manacles, and he looks blearily up at you with eyes that suggest that he is waiting for the butcher's blade. When he realizes that you're not a Murden, his face lights with frantic hope. Oh, thank the gods you've come. If you can free us, you can name your reward with Bruska, or with the Memovira herself. How did you get here? We've been on this route for a long time. A very long time. We've never had any trouble with the Murdens before. They've always paid their tribute, so we had no reason to think they'd just try to slaughter us. We fought back and we survived the fight, but I don't know how much longer he'll survive. We need your help to escape. How did you get here? How have you been treated? They give us some bowls of slop now and then, but I don't dare eat it. If I used it as a chamber pot, you'd never know the difference. Otherwise, they ignore Zebak and me. I mean, if you don't count the time when they came in here and ate pieces of pele. They're keeping us fresh, is what I think, instead of letting us rot. Our turn will come, I'm sure of it. For you? There's a key by the door, friend. Just use that and... Excellent. He finishes as you unlock him and his friend. Can I trouble you for something else? With the shape Zebak is in, there's no way we can get out of here alive, at least not with the Murden guards watching the entryway. Can you do something about them? Go hide in the next cell. Wait here for now. Just don't leave us here to die.
Fine.
Okay. Could get into this cell, but there's a Murden standing there, so I guess he would see that. Is there any way? Ooh, yes, there is a way.
Absolutely.
Shinwise? Someone there?
Absolutely.
Let's save him. As you tug on the heavy door, a panic-filled male voice calls out to you. Hello? Someone out there? I know you're not Murdens. I can feel their blasted mental noise, and all by the gods, I hope you're friendlier than they are. Please, you have to help me. For the love of everything you hold dear, please open the door. Who are you? My friends call me Shinwise. Please, I don't want to die. Open the door. Pick the lock. I think we should hurry. Come on. Yes, Tibia, yes. With a click, you unlock the door and it grumbles open, revealing an emaciated man in tattered rags, a look of profound shock and fear on his face. Behind him, blood and bones litter the floor. The man is short and dark, and his face is scarred and disfigured. One of his injuries is freshly branded on his cheek. A stylized blade with blood dripping from it, he wears the ragged clothes of a bloom slave, tattered and filthy. He tries desperately to push past you. Let me out of here, I beg you! This is no fit place for a human! I need to answer questions for me. He glances back over his shoulder, his nervousness apparent in every twitch. Twitch, hi. And you can see him evaluating the possibility of just bowling through you. His mental calculus complete, he inches closer but shows no sign of trying to bolt. Alright, but please make them quick. I don't want to be eaten. What's in the room? He looks at you with incredulity. The floor is covered with blood, the bones are snapped in half, and the smell of death is everywhere. He breaks off and looks behind him, apparently distraught. I don't know what's in here, but I've seen things, tentacle things, moving around the edges of the room. What are you doing here? You know that auctioneer outside the Memovira's fortress? The one with too many teeth? He sold me to a merchant, supposedly to open a maw. Then the merchant sold me to the Murdens. It's not even legal. Nobody's allowed to sell slaves to the Murdens. He swallows and glances over his shoulders again. The Murdens threw me in the cell. I saw them cast another slave into this room before me. I heard her screaming. So much blood. Please let me out. Who are you? I'm Shinwise. I got caught by the levies when I nicked some sleep wine for my old mother. She's dying, and I couldn't afford a Chiurgeon. I'd never done it before. Thought I'd take a chance on Bloom slavery to pay my debts and get back home. I never dreamed I'd wind up here. What's that symbol on your cheek? That. Type peers more closely. That's the symbol they use to brand murderers in this city. You'll notice that I don't have one. The little man's eyes dart left and right. He licks his lips. It's true. I killed a couple thugs in the underbelly, but it was them or me, honest. Folsom turned me over to the levies because the ones I killed worked for him. Otherwise he wouldn't have cared. Conflicting stories. Let him go. Without a word of thanks, he bolts past you and down the hall, vanishing around the corner. Well, isn't he going to be killed by the... Nice fellow. I don't trust him. By the Murdens? No, he's not? Okay. Then let's get into here.
To action!
Something about this room feels off to you. A sensation of being watched and evaluated. The Bloom's walls bulge and press, glistening with a faint sheen, like they are beginning to salivate. Salivate? Salivate. The space has somehow begun to wake. Great muscles contract in a rippling peristaltic wave, trying to pull you further into the room. Your instincts scream of danger. Back out of the room. You cautiously retreat, and the sense of looming danger begins to fade, but even from the edge of the space, you can tell that the room is awake, and that its hunger has not disappeared completely. Okay, we will get back there later.
Why not?
Let's see what happens if we... Oh, Cypher Sickness. Fucking Cypher Sickness. Any more space for Cyphers? Anyone? Oh! Elegant has some space. Great. There you go.
Why, of course.
Let's talk to Skoura, Faceless. A cleverly made bed lies at the back of the cell, cobbled together from scraps of wood and rope. Wood and rope. Okay, we will talk to her soon. Right now, I mean. And take a break. Pee break. See you later. About 90 seconds. Here I am, back again. Mic check. Here I am, back again. Mic check. Yes. Guden. That's dark. It's an old webcam. It's a Logitech HD webcam C310. And I cannot... Great. I cannot configure it. I don't know why. I guess the service is isn't there anymore. Stopped. Can I try to Logitech? Nope. I cannot. Okay. Then it's dark. The only thing I would know is completely restarting the stream. But I don't want to do that. Webcam, Logitech. Gotta be somewhere here on the programs. La 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 la. Maybe one of those. Nah. Under here? No. App data maybe? No, Logitech. Ooh, webcam software. Launcher? It says updater. That's no, I don't want that now. No, that's only the updater. No idea where, and the thing is, I don't even know how else I can only start the webcam configuration in OBS. I don't know which program it is, which I should start because I've never really installed it. And I don't know where it is. No uninstallation. I just want to exit. Okay. Fuck it. And now the sun is back again anyway. So let's continue with Torment of Numenera. Hi, Effindo! Fireballed Head is... I wouldn't know any better way to translate Feuerglatze into English. That's the same I always come up with, because there's no good translation for Glatze. Ein Typ mit einer Glatze is just a balding man, but not a Glatze, you know? Okay, welcome, Effindo. This creature here stirs and mutters at your approach. Though the form is recognizably humanoid, her head is horribly disfigured. Something has wiped her face clean of features, leaving an expanse of mottled and bulbous flesh, save only for a horrifically enlarged mouth and two small holes where her ears should be. Ew. She hears you approach and clutches a small jar close to her chest. What would ye have with Skoura? Though my looks have been stolen, scribbled away by a million thoughtless particles, I can hear you breathing. I can taste what others can only smell. Your fear, your exertion. Tell me, if you had lost your sight, what price would you pay for its return? Me too, Effindo, me too. And that's not the first time that I miss a good translation for Glatze. And don't, I cannot start my webcam configuration for some reason in OBS. So that's why this here is looking so dark. And poor lighting situation, I know, but bear with me. Three is a good answer. We as cast-offs are pretty much immortal or regenerating. I would give anything. No, we wouldn't. I guess number 2.
I'll remember that.
I might have expected such an answer from someone with a strange taste like yours. I would welcome such a gift, but I can tell that you haven't experienced the privation of blindness. This is a piece of the Iron Wind. It is my most prized possession, and I would give it away in a moment if it meant that I could see once again. What happened to you? I was a nano once, a researcher on the cutting edge of the science of nanospirit. In particular, I sought to harness the power of the Iron Wind. But the shields, my shields, they gave way around me, and the Iron Wind swirled in and found me. She smiles sadly, her immense mouth drooling. She pats the jar. I captured some of the Iron Wind here, but it still remade me. I was cast out an abomination, and now I skulk and beg for my living. At least the Murdens fear me. Kein Problem, Erfinder. Du kannst sogar auch einfach auf Deutsch schreiben und ich antworte dann auf Englisch und so, wie du möchtest. Oder auch auf Deutsch. Ist ja unter uns, mehr oder weniger. Eher mehr, so wie es aussieht. Total fuck up. From beginning to finish. From start to finish. But I have to say the first fuck up was Trump's statement to pull out all of the forces. It was last year or 2 years ago, which really was the biggest mistake to begin with. But no, our German Bundeswehr didn't really handle that in a good way. So the Iron Wind stole your face. Is it in the jar? If so, can I see? Perhaps I should hold on to that jar, especially if it steals faces. First, ask Skoura. Apparently he doesn't hear anything past the word yes, because he moves with amazing speed to take the jar from Skoura's hands. Beg pardon, milady, but we can't have face-stealing jars sitting around and mocking their victims. We'll set this jar right. He gives the jar a solid shake. Is the seal tightly? It seems a little loose. It sounds like sand is moving around inside. Is that the sound faces make when they're removed? It's a kind of whooshing noise? Somehow, with idiot luck, he opens the lid. It fades in a haze of energy, and a wave of grayish-red particles spill out in a vortex of unimaginable power. They wash over you and through you, rewriting your genetics at the most atomic level, changing you forever. Fucking Eritus, you bastard! There is a thing that endures, twisted and knotted from cast-off flesh. The iron wind has made a puzzle from you, one that asks who was the greater fool. Aratus for unleashing the wind, or you for letting him? You just got wrecked, bitch! Yes, that is totally correct. Stupid Aratus. Always so heroic. Okay, talk to her again. Have we opened? We've been... Yes, we have. Blah, 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 blah. No, Aratus, I think that would be a bad idea. She nestled the jar close to her, her hands hovering above the controls. A very bad idea. Stay back, you creature of dancing smells. Good smells, I hope. Not like the rest of this place, or you, milady. He blushes and quickly tries to cover his mistake. Not that you smell so bad, all things considered. Wait, you don't have a nose. She shakes her face at him, baring her teeth, and he backs away. What do you want me to do for you? Examine the jar. Made from an opaque, battered metal, it looks like a repurposed cylinder intended to hold some sort of high-energy matter. Erfindo! Completely gerade aus dem Zusammenhang gerissen. Aber machst du häufiger Kreuzworträtsel mit Visual oder alleine? Ist das etwas, das gehört zu euch? Oder war das gestern irgendwie das erste Mal oder aus Versehen oder wie auch immer? Control panels emit small readouts into the air above its surface. The jar thrums with energy, almost alive, and Skoura's lips slobber into a toothy smile. My pride and my punishment all in one. Then she hides it behind her back. And if you want it, you'll help me regain my sight. If not, you'll never know its wonders. Why would I want that? What do you want me to do for you? Do you not listen? I am blind and I would see. I don't care how it's done. Restore my sight and I will give you my jar of wind. Aratus. Let us find out, she mutters, reaching out. Takes Skoura's hand. He does so with great reluctance, turning to you, not noticing that his glow is flowing up her arm in fits and starts. I don't know, I think I have a problem. I'm a hero, after all. I don't have any... He goes rigid, eyes rolling back in his head. Omega board? I've never heard of Omega used this way. I find it funny. 5 times in the last month. Okay. So you do it... I imagine you don't sit beside each other. You do it online? Or in real life? What are you doing to him? Sampling the nanospirits that have possessed your friend. She says calmly, tightening her grip over Aratus's convulsing hand. A single tendril of his golden aura sinks into a hole at the crook of her elbow. How did you? Sensors and processors in my chest. The iron wind saw fit to merge my flesh with my equipment when it stole my face. She chuckles, and a roundel of drool slips from her too wide mouth. I studied nano spirits, and the iron wind turned me into a living tool to measure the things. Never let it be said that the wind doesn't have a sense of humor. How can I purge them? You can't. They've taken root in him, and there they'll stay. Until the end, of course. Now it's my turn. How did you learn of your friend's problem? $50 plus. Aren't you a little too young for that site? 50 plus sounds like a mature adult website for the Silver Ages. Or is it where does the name come from? 50 plus. I could hear them talking. Perfect. She says, though the information doesn't seem to have surprised her all that much. Well, return to your mind and follow my instructions to the letter.
Making a note.
Skoura has the faintest gold aura now. Once there, call them by their names. The stronger ones are the paragons, the weaker ones. She pauses, smacking her lips. The glow around her fades. Cathartics. Call them forth and they will speak to you. Perhaps you will be able to convince them to leave your friend alone. She abruptly releases Eratis' hand and he stumbles back, massaging his wrist. I think I slept, Eratis says in tones of soft wonder. I never sleep. His glow returns inch by inch. Now, what else? Farewell.
On it.
Eratis, come here, come here. Let's heal you. Age is just a number. That's right, Effendor. Oh, really? Okay, so it is 50 plus. Okay. Well. Let's do a hard save. Saving Eratis, I assume. Oh, no, I have...
What's on your mind?
I have to die before I can talk to him. Do you have any questions about Skoura? I don't really remember it. But in the moment before she touched my hand and everything went white and screamy, she seemed nice. She'd probably follow her advice. Elegant. You and your story? Again. Let's continue on. Tibia.
Opening the bloom's maws doesn't sound too difficult. Wager I could do it.
Another one. Tibia studies the dripping ceiling with his speculative eyes. Why not? Where's Ovi now? Ah, little Nilyesh. Okay. Let's continue on. Okay. So did we get something from her now, or did we? I don't think we did. No. Or did we? We just gained knowledge from her, I think. Goody.
Go.
Okay.
Yes.
Big Murden man. Murden chief. That's no problem, Lefindo. Thank you for stopping by. Und vielleicht ja bis morgen um 19:30 Uhr bei Resident Evil 7 Daughters. Und vielleicht anderem DLC. Mal schauen, wie schnell er geht. You too, Effendo. Bye. Racks and junk, blah, blah. Okay, Murden Chief. The larger size of this Murden and the grey down that tinges his beak and eyes give him a more stately and menacing look than his compatriots. Fucking shitty bitch webcam. Shit. Haha. Maybe back again, and now I can... cannot open the configuration program. Ah, es ist zum Mäusemelken. Muss doch auch irgendwo sein auf dem PC. Ah! I will not give up. Not now. It's way too dark. How could I... In OBS, maybe they're in settings? No, nothing. No. Okay. Okay. And now activate it again. Hi, webcam. And now configure. Ah! No idea. Maybe remove the USB and put it back again? Maybe that's will work. Oh, I fucked everything up and it's gone now. Completely. That could be. Okay. I don't know what to do. Okay, just continue. Fuck! Shit! Pisse! Okay. The larger size of this Murden and the grey down that tinges his beak and eyes gives him a more stately and menacing look than his compatriots. His clothes are less tattered and he projects an aura of command. As you approach, he hisses at the other Murdens and the annoying mental static dies down considerably, leaving only his singular field as a sharper source. The noise whines and scratches in your head, and as the chief speaks, the human woman at his side speaks in a dull monotone. Oh, now I see her. A squalling blast of static, and then she says, "No. Pretty cloth from drinking man belong here. Right of theft. If drinking man wanted, he steal it back." Ask him something. Ask? What? Tell me about your people. The young woman waits for a moment while the chief and his underlings hiss and click back and forth to each other. What to say? We are Murdens. We hunt. We find. We take. Humans hate us. In world outside we flee from them. Here we rule. Her shoulders roll in obscene imitation of an avian shrug. Here, humans fear us. Who's this woman? The woman stands impassively as the Murdens buzz static through several irritating frequencies back and forth. At last the chief's mental buzz cuts through them all. She recites the words without feeling or awareness. This is not woman. Shell is empty. Woman is gone. Why speak of it as human? It is machine. When it expires, we'll find new machine. We not speak human language. We buy slave. We fix slave's brain. Slave become machine. Machine speak human. She pauses while the chief clacks and hisses. Slave not need whole brain anymore. Excess brain was tasty. Aha. That static in the air? Upon hearing your question, all the Murdens in the room begin cackling and shrieking. Ha, 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 says the translator in a monotone voice barely audible over the noise. When the Murdens have settled down, the harsh static of the chief fills your head, and then the translator speaks. That is our thoughts. That is how we speak. No need for clumsy words like you, stupid human. Again? Black metal frame. The chief squawks and the translator speaks. Ha ha! We have many treasures. Not remember frame. If we have to kill them and root through their junk for it, I'm willing. The flag in your nest. A squalling blast of static, and then she says, no. Pretty cloth from Drinking Man belong here. Right of theft. If Drinking Man want it, he steal it back. You will gain much respect. More freedom to roam the bloom. Shimona. 95 is enough. I never was so happy to see the sun again with this stupid webcam settings. You want cloth? Replace it, but not with coin, not with things. Replace it with experience. Her monotone breaks slightly here, the emphasis of the Murden's thought pushing more strongly on her. Flight. I want to hunt in the sky. Give me experience of hunting flight and dive on prey, then I return cloth to Drinking Man. As the other Murdens hiss and clack, she adds, ha! Chief funny. Ha ha! Impossible. Yes, go. What about... Well, I need the frame. For Elegant. Maybe it's there. Okay, let's talk to the slaves again. Oh, there's another one. This man's breathing is labored and his eyes barely focus on you. Blood has soaked his brigandine armor. Better off talking to him. He nods at his comrade, his voice is soft, almost a whisper. I ain't got much breath left in me. What happened to you? Double-crossed by the Murdens. We came to collect the boss lady's tribute, as we always do. They fell on us like the mudbirds they are. Broke one of their beaks with my fist. Got me a couple stab wounds for my trouble. Good thing my kids can't see me now. You have children? I thought we were all faceless goons, eh? He smiles at you and offers you an unsteady hand named Zabak. I got 2 kids back in Cliff's Edge. Oh, that one. The kids that wanted to... that befriended one of the stickers in Sagas Cliff in Cliff's Edge. Let me take a look at your wounds. Aye. He murmurs, peeling back his blood-caked armor. He looks at you with a mix of hope and dread, probably assuming that you're a healer. Fortunately, you have some knowledge of medicine. I remember some of your sire's knowledge, perhaps. The soldier's wounds don't smell of corruption, and you're certain they are survivable, but only with treatment, which he won't get until he escapes his cell. I met your children in Sagas Cliffs. Zeb and Nem? He reaches out a shaking hand to clutch your shoulder. Are they well? They were fine when I last saw them. His grip on your shoulder tightens and his eyes grow wet. Thank the gods. If I've survived this, I'm going home. Never letting them out of my sight again, don't care what Brusker says. Time has a way of slipping out of your hands in the bloom, that's what they say. I never meant to stay so long. I think I can get you out of here. If you're gonna help us escape, better talk to him. He nods at his comrade. I won't be much use, but I'll follow along as best I can. You're saved? Okay, I think it's time to flee. Is the way clear? Did you get rid of the Murden guards at the entrance? Right here for now. Maybe I can do something about them directly. Hey! Oh. Okay. I guess we, have to play this little game. Go hide in the next cell. Solid plan. We'll wait for you there. When you give us the word that the way is clear, we'll make a run for it.
Of course.
Okay. Let's step outside. Maybe close that door, which we cannot do. Okay. I thought that might have been... Ah, they did close their door. That's smart.
To action!
Smart. Save again. And talk to that Murden man. The Murden... Your prisoners are gone. The creature looks at you blankly for a moment, then darts a quick glance at its comrade. You sense a static psychic exchange between them, and they turn and dash down the hall.
Action! Here I come!
Go, go, go! Are they distracted? Can we make a break for it? It's clear!
Remember that.
You have our gratitude, friend. Farewell. We'll tell Brusker about you. Can't say I care much about those guards, but they still have got a hard road to get home.
Why not?
Ha ha, gotcha! Although I did say they were gone, and they are gone, so... Maybe everything's alright? Yeah.
Fair enough.
Good, good, good. Skoura, anything else with you? Grab the jar, let's not.
Yes.
Okay. Let's step out of here. And... yeah. Let's talk to Sheen for that experience this Murden wants to experience. If these things even work with Murdens. Isn't it strange to be apprenticed to herself? So he told you, huh? At first I thought the old man was just telling tall tales, but I believe him now. He knew too much about me to be anybody but my older self. And, you know, it terrified me for a while, but now I think it's great. I mean, not only do I know I'm going to have an amazing adventure, I know for sure I'm going to live through it just fine. I can see what's going to happen to me in the future. I know my fate, and that's incredibly comforting. As for the apprenticeship, well, who could teach me better than myself? What would happen if I were here to kill me? Kill me? What would happen? I don't know. I never thought about it before. Why would you even ask something like that? I did save just now, didn't I? Let's do this. The young man screams as you murder him, and Sundermun the Elder turns, bellowing in horror, to save his younger self. Before Sundermun the Elder can take a step, the light fades in the younger's eyes, and the older man vanishes, along with the stall and all its merchandise. All that is left is the corpse of a young man with yellow eyes. Indeed, a second later, you can't remember why you killed him, or why you had stopped at this particular area of the bloom. There's nothing here after all.
Making a note.
Spooky. That's the first time I did that, and wow. What note? What note did you do? Or did it change our note we had about Sundermun? What about the vast interior? Let's load again. We are not homicidal maniacs, so I regret that. Load. Yeah, step out.
Go.
Now it's so dark again. Ah. Sundermun the Younger. So, and again, and again, and again. I wouldn't actually do it. Right. I knew that. He swallows hard and edges farther away from you. Okay. Let me see your wares. I think I have to sell some of my ciphers because everyone's completely full. Maybe I just should use them? Maybe I should. Okay, well, let's not sell this stuff. Although I don't need this. Yeah, the essence of a single sigh. Sell it. Okay. Okay. Little Neil Yash, right? No, not right. Sheen. Let's go to Sheen.
I'm going.
Hey, Sheen. light. The gaunt skull of her face transforms for a moment, and you can see the beauty shine through as joy. The essence of the Huntry. A fresh creation, newly born. A feather and a beak came to my door, the small machines within still writhing and trying to rebuild. She reaches into her cavernous space and pulls out a milky flask, then places it alongside the other essences on her shelf. Look amongst the bottles for your needs. That's what you have for sale. I've read through all of this before. Huntry's essence. Oddity. This flask of milky fluid has a strange sense of buoyancy, and it weighs almost nothing. Sheen distilled this essence from a winged predator called a Huntry. This should satisfy the Murden Chief's request for the experience of being an aerial hunter. The Huntry is a massive bird of prey that resides mostly in mountainous regions. The creatures have some kind of symbiotic relationship with nanomachines living in their bloodstream. The nanites repair and reinforce the avian predators, making them true nightmares for those they hunt. Let's buy that. And let's close that. Okay. Faung, are you sure the Murdens have your frame? Probably their nest. Maybe it's not in the nest, but they did have it. It's so fucking dark with this webcam. I mean, why should I even bother? Why do I even have it turned on? Ah! Ah! I can't exit it. I cannot. Nebula? Okay, maybe just let's try to do this. Restart. You still can't see me? Okay. No. Stop that service. But the webcam is still okay. Deactivate. Start that service. Activate the webcam. And I still can't configure the video. Can I access the filters at least? Okay. Okay. Return to the game. I'm almost not here. Changes nothing. Because it is bright in here. I mean, I'll just turn off the webcam. Really, why would you need it? It's just distracting. Let's continue. Fuck it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Demeray and Obervich. What about you? Ah, friend, welcome back. Demeray wipes his nose and grabs your hand, pumping it furiously. Oh, you return? I hope something is wrong with you. Ah, by which I mean, I hope that we get to treat you. By which I mean, of course, that you are fascinating. Just fascinating. Ooh. Restore the sight of someone without eyes. Without eyes? Were they destroyed, or is this inherited? Was this a creature that has no visual cortex? It makes no matter. I can restore sight to any living creature. He leans forward and taps your chest. Any. Obervich is nodding and smiling and prepares to offer a boast himself. But as he holds up a strange arm, his index fingers in the air, he pauses and says quietly, Do you mean restoring sight and retaining independent nervous autonomy? That is, without... Jolene und Claire ist auch wieder da! Hi! Übrigens, verrückt, dass ihr mal wieder vorbeischaut. Wie, die sind auch hier? Das habe ich noch gar nicht mitbekommen, wenn sie es sind. Wundert dich übrigens nicht, dass hier kein Gesicht zu sehen ist, denn die Webcam, ich kann nicht die Webcam gerade konfigurieren. Das heißt, es sieht alles so aus, weil es einfach viel zu... Es ist normal hell in diesem Zimmer, aber die Webcam, ich komme gerade nicht auf die Einstellungen und so, deswegen, ja. Tut mir leid, deswegen ohne Webcam. Wieder zurück zum Spiel. That is, without scooping out portions of the brain. Yes, she should retain her faculties. She didn't specify. I think she would like that. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. He paces a very small circle. I know only of one procedure that meets the specific qualification that she retain all her faculties. I'm afraid it is long work, long, hard work, long, hard, expensive work. He glances at Obervich. The half-man returns his partner's quick look. It would require compensation worth more than coin. Perhaps if you found us an interesting test subject for investigation, we could consider a fair trade. And when I say perhaps and could, I actually mean that it would suffice. Oh, yeah, as your colleagues as on a side, What about all the eyes of your colleague? My friend, these eyes provide a valuable function for me, and they are not simple baubles to be handed out as favors. They are affixed to me and provide certain insights. He bobs his head quickly and nervously, and as if to belie his words, one of them falls from his head. Blast! He adds, hastily scooping it up and reattaching it. Very well, very well. You've caught us in a slight embellishment, as one might expect from someone of your mental caliber. He looks to his compatriot. Didn't I tell you that our friend's intellect was something to be admired? I did. He bows to you. We don't necessarily need a subject, I suppose, but I did not embroider the truth entire. This is an expensive item. To replace it will cost us 280 shins. What does qualify an interesting test subject? All of our patients are unique in some way. We need someone outside the norm, someone who has some special aspect that no one else can offer. Oh, yes, we are always trying to expand our knowledge, advance the field of study to... Well, you get the point. We need someone who can help us develop art and understanding, which is to say, someone new, not someone we've already enhanced. Tell me that again. Blah, 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 blah. Any of my companions? Well, let me be perfectly frank, since my broad hints were apparently a little too subtle, I was hoping that you might let us examine you. No, my friend. Let us not be greedy or presumptuous. We have been presented with an intriguing choice. Let us examine this opportunity with the thoroughness it deserves.
I'll remember that.
He turns to Elegern. Those tattoos on this older gentleman are something, I must say. Look at the way they writhe. Obervich, are you seeing this? Oh my, yes. This gentleman would make an excellent subject to expand our horizons. He reaches for Aratus. A pale boy? No. I don't think... Wait a moment. This golden cloud, do you know what it does, lad? Are you aware of... He stops talking, aware that Aratus is simply staring at him. This boy will be an excellent subject. He lifts his eyes to Tibia. A sellsword past his prime. Does he do any tricks? Have any hidden talents? Does he perhaps scout purple flame from his rear? Obervich's eyes click through a number of different foci and filters, and he frowns. No, just an ordinary man. No, not suitable. If you can convince your companion to submit to our ministrations, we are ready to begin anytime you are. Let's say farewell, save, and see what happens if we give them Aratus or Elegan. Take him. Me. You're going to give me to these butchers? Not if I've anything to say. He whirls on Demeray, who is sneaking up behind him, and sticks his finger in the Chiurgeon's face. Not another step, quack, or you'll find out what these tattoos can do firsthand. I am merely exercising my professional curiosity, but if you won't cooperate, perhaps... perhaps it's not worth the bother. He turns back to you and shrugs apologetically. Aratus, maybe? Having no face makes her seem more like a monster than someone we should help, but no. A hero helps everyone! Very well. Puffing up his chest, he happily steps to the table where Demeray and Obervich await. I am not afraid. Study me all you like, as long as it doesn't hurt. And you don't poke at my teeth. I don't like that. A thought strikes him. Do you think you could put hands on my feet? Could that happen? Aratus' opinion has worsened. Okay. I suppose it could happen, but I make no promises. The doctors make encouraging noises to Aratus, soothing sounds that calm his nerves as they lead him away. Demeray pulls a white curtain around them. A high-pitched buzzing emanates from the operating area, and the strong golden pulse, like a heartbeat, fills the room, the small room. Hours pass, and the glow dims. At last, Demeray steps out to greet you. Behind him, you see Aratus sitting on a long table. The glow around Aratus is patchy and flaking, rather than a robust shine. He looks drained. Demeray's dirty coat is slightly dirtier than before, and a sheen of sweat covers his forehead. His eyes are aglow, however. Fantastic. Just fantastic. Your cohort was an excellent subject. We hardly dug around inside him at all, so he should recover quickly. Oh my, yes. We've studied patients 28 through the other thing. But lost track of the patients because they keep co-joining and separating. Your friend performed splendidly. I hope you don't mind, but we took a small sample to investigate more thoroughly. At any rate, I'm sure you'll want to be off. What did you learn about Aratus? Well, your friend here is not what he seems, or at least not entirely. The glow that surrounds him is a collective machine intelligence, and the cloud draws its strength from him even as it makes him stronger and more skillful. At the current rate of energy transfer, he's not likely to survive much longer, but that remaining time will be amazing. More study of our sample will be warranted, of course. Aratus seems a bit out of sorts and can't seem to focus. His field is fluctuating wildly, almost panicked, although he himself seems calm, almost blank. What am I doing here? Who are you? Who am I? What is that buzzing? Am I dreaming? He'll be fine in no time. Back to normal. Normal in no time at all. You see? Now, if that concludes our business... A blind acquaintance. What? Oh, yes, my apologies. He reaches up to the profusion of eyes on his head and selects one, seemingly at random. With a grimace, he works it free from his head. His scarred flesh flows around and fills the hole where it resided. Simply place this eye on the recipient's face and it will do the rest of the work. Easy. What if I put it on my own face? It will likely not work. And it would scoop out a portion of your brain in the attempt. No, sadly, I cannot recommend that you try it. Some more questions. Obervich's eye plucked this eye from the multitude of eyes on his head and gave it to you so that you might restore sight to Skoura. He promises it will work simply by placing it on her face. The artificial eye is so well constructed that it could pass as a real eye on cursory inspection. Really? I don't see that. Talk to Eratus.
What's on your mind?
Okay. Let's reload. Of course, I give myself to them, not Eratus. And not Eligon either. His head starts bobbing up and down before you've finished speaking. Oh, yes, so very much, yes! We would be particularly interested in investigating this tattoo on your head. It seems reactive and strange. Then I volunteer myself. We have seen others with these kind of tattoo and have tried to recruit some of them. Some have been less than willing and we have had some unpleasant feedback loops from others. I'm delighted to know that you come to us voluntarily. The first order of business is an injection. Your consciousness swims into a dreamy half haze, objects taking on a luminous rainbow-tinted beauty. A sense of great satisfaction fills you, a rush of pleasure through your veins. Even when Obervich leans over you with a scalpel and begins to cut, you feel only a slight tugging, and the beat of your blood stuck to the edge of the scalpel makes you want to weep for its transient beauty. Eventually, you drift into darkness. Permanently lost 1 health. That's no problem. A distant thunder summons you back to consciousness. Your eyes blink blearily open, and you see Demeray's face peering into your own. You feel as though you have been torn open, your mind stripped and something indefinable snatched away. A sense of loss pervades your being. You were a model client, simply fantastic. I can also tell you with 90% certainty that almost all of your organs are back where they should be. He beams, clearly proud of his work. Incidentally, you're completely impotent and will never be able to father any children. I hasten to add that you were like that when we started. My good colleague has forgotten to tell you, but you may experience dizziness, nausea, some bleeding for a short time. Nothing to be concerned with. We've uncovered some interesting facts about your tattoo, if you'd like to hear them. Bleeding? Well, we did have to cut you open here and there. You volunteered, did you not? Now listen, it's important you hear what we've discovered. The tattoo is not really a tattoo. It's more like an amorphous gateway, a skein of living tissue that reacts to specific psychic vibrations. If I am not mistaken, a specially skilled individual might even be able to use this skein as an entry into your mind itself. Who's to say that there might not be someone there already? He curses, though his words sound more like someone who has never learned the hang of the business. We should have checked for that while we were in there. He turns to you. Perhaps you'd let us go back in and check for any visions, spectral voices, or hallucinations? Regretfully, my friend, our client has fulfilled his part of the bargain. Furthermore, opening him up again would probably kill him, even despite that remarkable regenerative ability he evinced. Demeray looks at you, clearly expecting you to leave. My blind acquaintance. What? Oh, yes, my apologies. He reaches up to the profusion of yeah, blah, blah, blah. I think with this light, you might almost be able to see me. Huh? Come on. Huh? Are you there? Ah, wait. Yeah, here I am. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, farewell. Let's go to Skoura.
Doing it now.
Doing it now.
Let's go.
Excusez-moi. Skoura is there. There's so much to do here. I'm almost losing track. Even though I played it before.
Yes.
I freed the prisoners. I mean, that's good. Skoura the Faceless. Game saved. And let's talk to her. Her head tilts at your footfalls, and yeah, I know. I have an eye for you. Sweet side returns? I welcome it, friend. Ow! The eye begins to burn into her flesh, extruding small legs that heat and twist as they burrow deeper into the meat and bone of her head. She claps her hands over the eye, instinctively scrabbling at the invasive device, and you recognize the titanic act of will it takes for her to let the eye do its work. Her trust in you must be great, or her need for vision desperate. After what seems like an eternity of her screams and moans, Skoura pulls her hands from her disfigured face. She tilts her head up at you, and her mouth stretches into an involuntary smile of pure joy. You wave your hand in front of her face, and the eye tracks it naturally, cleanly. She throws her arms around you, sobbing with relief and happiness. At last she collects herself, wiping away the stream of tears that poured from the single eye. She looks in amazement at the moisture on her hands and mutters, "It has rebuilt the entire structure. Amazing. More investigation required." Then she glances up at you and thrusts the jar into your hands. "Here. More trouble than it was worth." She turns away, gasping in delight at every newly revealed sight. Jar of iron wind. Made from opaque, battered metal, this jar looks like a repurposed cylinder. Just above its surface, a control panel is projected into the air, displaying enigmatic diagrams and text that indicate the status of its contents. The jar thrums with energy, seeming almost alive. According to Skoura, the nano who gave you this jar, it contains a small part of the iron wind. Dangerous nanospirits that warp and transform any matter they touch. Dismiss.
Making a note.
Who knew the bloom held such wonders? What the winds took. Maybe that's a good idea to look into here to see where this fucking cage should be. Ah, okay. Yeah. Mesmeric candle. Well, let's look at it. What's it? What's that? That's it. Use the item. Again. Inspect the device.
I'll remember that.
Yoksu. It's from Yoksu. But I knew that. Okay, put it away. Anything else, Skoura? That's... I'm sorry, Skoura, but that's really a very interesting phase. Yeah, now let's go to the Murden Chief and see if we can... If he really do... If he keeps his end of the bargain. Or it. He, I don't know. You free our slave. We pay for slave. You owe for loss. Shit. How did they know I was the one? He would have been more trouble than he was worth. The chief clacks his beak and hisses angrily. Humans always cheat, Murden. No more cheating. Parson Flint wouldn't have sold you that one. No, says the translator. Little fat slaver would not sell to Murden, so we steal slave from merchant. That is truth. You so smart? We give better deal. Pay us 200 shins or we kill you. I don't have enough... Oh, I don't have enough shins. Shins. Then you die. Really? But I bought you your shitty... fucking... Hontry experience. Oh, Eritis. Level up. Increases stat pools. What else but might? Of course might. Aha! Ooh. 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 And stronger, and stronger, and stronger. 1 point... there. Hook is a cool one. When you kill an enemy immunity, make a bonus attack against the nearest enemy in range without moving. Ooh, applies to both melee and range attacks. Not done yet. After killing an enemy, you can turn your fury on another target without pausing for breath. That's cool. Drink to the dregs. Maximum +1 on attacks. Focus, effort, precision. These are your watchwords and you put them into play every time you make an attack. Pinning reaction. Opportunist and the target's turn. Opportunist and counter attack attacks and the target's turn on hit. What? The foe can't fight if she can't move. Your opportunistic attacks shock your enemy's minds, stopping them in their tracks. Successive attack sounds pretty cool. Yep. Skill to increase, of course, heavy weapons. Nice! Eritis. Kill them all. Okay. I guess I cannot... Ooh, let's talk to the translator. Let's see.
I'll remember that.
The slim, fit young woman would be attractive if it weren't for the blank stare in her eyes, the spit drooling from her mouth and the poorly implanted devices that protrude from her skull. The area around the implants weeps pus and some strange clear fluid. It does not appear that she has been mistreated in any other way. No bruises or scars mark her otherwise smooth flesh. Just noticed it. What's your name? She stares blankly. You can see the slight pulse of her heartbeat in the veins near one metallic nodule on her forehead. and she breathes. But lacking these signs, only the thin stream of drool gathering mass at her chin tells you that she lives. Okay. No use talking to this one. Those implants have likely tried anything resembling a personality she may once have had. Any reaction she has now are purely involuntary. As a life form, she has less self-awareness than your average insect. Pity. The young woman begins to bark and choke a little, bending at the waist as she spits out a guttural string of hard consonants. A moment later, you realize that she is merely imitating the Murden chief who has been watching your interactions with her. The Murden is struggling not to laugh out loud, so are the rest of the Murdens. Their mental static barrages your mind, filled with savage glee at seeing the human make a fool of himself. The Murden chief's voice comes through the woman's mouth. Do you speak to empty bags? To corpses? Do they answer? Empty husks not speak. Those wanting answers want to speak to me. What if I shouldn't... I freed those slaves. I mean, it's good that I did that, but... too soon. There's only the standard, not the frame. A battered standard lines the edge of the Murden's chief's nest, covered in his filth. Its cloth is torn and ragged, but it remains largely intact. But as you look more closely, you see it depicts a silver stain on a field azure, with a bar of 3 downward-facing triangles atop and below, just like the flag hanging outside the door of his tent. This is most definitely Artaglio standard. Leave it alone.
Yes.
Okay, so now I need 200 shins. It should be easy to get them.
Of course.
By talking to... I mean, he's useless, isn't he?
Go.
Sundermun. Do you sell the stuff or the Elder? No, the Elder sells. Okay. Let me see your wares. I can easily sell... the Sting Charge? Yeah, I even have another one, so I'll sell... This infused shard is always... It's made from my mind. 4, 4, 12. 3, 9. Thought maybe this will come in handy later. Cyclonic cube. Use the item. Yeah, I could sell some of those. For example, the spray flash. One of those. Hiervon noch ein. That should be enough. And I do have my 200 shins. Oh, 312 even. Okie dokie, so now let's get to those Murden. Give them the shins. Give them the... But then, because I assume that we will not... That even if I give them the 200 shins... I don't think these 200 shins are worth the XP I get from giving them this Huntry experience. So I think I will reload then again, but okay. Hallo, Captain Greenbear! You know, Englisch. Und wenn du dich fragst, warum du mein Gesicht nicht siehst, ich krieg irgendwie meine Webcam nicht konfiguriert. Und immer, wenn ich da bin, sehe ich so aus. Ja, blöd. Beim nächsten Stream wird in Ordnung. Ich weiß in etwa, woran es liegt. Ich kann es nur ändern, wenn ich den Stream ausmache. Deswegen geht's so weiter. Yes. I have a Huntry Essence. The chief blinks at you for a long, slow moment, as if trying to absorb what you have just said. He obviously can't believe that a human would keep his word. He snatches the proffered essence from your hand, uncorks it, and tilts a healthy swallow into his mouth. His avian eyes widen as the drug hits his system, and his beak opens and closes involuntarily. The other Merns grasp their weapons, looking at each other, unsure of what to do. Her voice changes pitch again, rising and falling through pitch, though never dropping the monotone delivery. Is human poison chief? Chief alive? Near dead? Kill human? Kill? Kill? A burst of static from the chief clears the air. The rest of them cease their restless, aggressive movement. The chief looks at you with respect and bobs his head. He presses the standard of Artaglio's irregulars into your hands. Take dirty cloth to drink, man. You complete bargain. Peace. Peace out, yo! What about the frame? I already did! Huh? Okay, that's a bug. And again. Hamana, hamana, hamana. 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 Mm-hmm. Okay, I think we should just kill these shitty bird men. Keep the shins, keep the essence. Fuck him. Murden Chief. I won't pay that. If you say so. Dum dum da dum dum. Tabia. Murden Chief is the strongest one. Shoot him! What can he do, the Murden Chief? Initiative 6. Nothing much, but okay. Kill the... On the other hand... I think the others can handle them. So... Let's kick that Murden's ass! So I used Tybia for the Murden's father off. And maybe put him... Run about here.
Fair enough.
Elchis, you kick his ass. And yeah, bams him.
Odd. My attack didn't feel strong at all. At all.
And it's his turn. Yeah. And its turn. Okay, only 1 damage. That's okay. Oh, it's hobbled. I don't know why, but it is.
Never felt better than I do right now.
What happened? Protection for the weary? Why did I do that?
They have me surrounded.
Okay. Several things I can do. Okay, Sucker Punch. Well, the Murden Chief is flanked, so yeah. Give him a Sucker Punch. Booyah! That had to hurt. And then... just so we... yes, let's spread out a little and go here.
I'm going.
And now this one's flanked. And I can... where's the last one? The Murden Chief. But no, Tybur will get his turn before the Murden Chief, so kick his ass. Ooh. Some cool stuff here. No say.
I hate using these things. Like stripping.
Ah, right. We don't use them. Shit. We want to help our family. We don't use them. Shit. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, Tybur, you shoot it. Nah, I don't have the speed costs to do that. Let's Sucker Punch the Murden Chief. Bams! And go there.
Gladly.
Urges. Also Sucker Punches. Well, I do not. Step there.
Want a job done right.
And attack him.
How odd. My attack didn't feel strong at all. At all.
Murden is bleeding. That's good. And hobbled. Elegant can take it.
Feels like everything's going to be all right.
Oh yeah, come on. I can take you.
I'm surrounded.
Not much longer. Now let's Sucker Punch the Murden Chief. This should kill him. Maybe I don't need the Sucker Punch. Yeah, I don't need that. Okay, bye-bye, Murden Chief.
You hit me, I'll hit you.
Ooh, tough talk. Go there.
I'm going.
Elegant can kick his butt. Or no, yes. Yeah, kick his boot. He's boot. 3 plus 6. It's not a lot. Plus 2 is even less. Okay, kick him. Well, maybe we can. I mean, they are all here. Let's just use a cipher. I mean, I have too many of them already. Any character. All characters in range. 15 energy damage. Only on one enemy? Oh. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, or I just hit him. Why not? Or I incite his action to hit him. Yeah, maybe that's better. 6 plus 12. Oof. And you, Elegant, step over here.
Here we go then.
Burns turn. Yeah. Too slow, man. Too slow. Yeah. Shitballs. But they're all hobbled when they attack Elegant. I don't know exactly what I use with him, or why that is, but I think it's working pretty good. 18 and dead. Yeah, kill him.
What a shame.
And run over here. Yeah. Now, Aratus, you should be able to attack at least these two.
Look out below! Above!
They are flanked.
Sideways!
And attack them. Yappa!
Da da da!
Da 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 da! Immune to flanked. Nice. Still immune to flanked. Last cast-off's turn. Ooh. Warp dash. Yeah! Close together. You are close together. Why can't I step there? Guess because they are too close together. But isn't that the purpose of this thing? This should get them all. Yeah, kick him.
Try this out.
Boom! Oh, it worked, at least. And then we go here.
On it.
Elegant. Would kill him and could also kill him. Yeah, do that.
Who's next? Who's next? Done.
Step there to flank them. Yeah.
Look out, villains! Trouble coming your way!
Protection for the weary. Aha! He did! What's this protection for the weary? Is it my shadow step? No. I really don't know why I'm so good, why I'm so cool. Okay, let's continue. Whose turn? Okay, Tiber's turn. 18. What? This wouldn't kill them. Would it kill him? Yes, it would. Kill him.
No hard feelings.
And well, yeah, go there. Elchis. Kill him. Why can't I put more effort into it? I don't understand. Because I already have... Nee, ich bin gleich da. Nur noch dieser Fight. Vielleicht sogar pünktlich zur Tagesschau. Bis gleich! Ja, Webcam hat heute komische Probleme. Nur deswegen. Aber nichts Größeres. Ja, ansonsten hier bleiben. Kann ich hiden? Wieso nicht? Okay. Last cast aufs Turn. Kick that Murden's ass. Booyah. Now Tiber shoots him. Ja. Alle gehören. Das. Kick his ass. You did, man. You did. That's it.
I'm going.
Take it. Well, especially when we consider the loot, I think we did the right thing here. These Murdens, they were really bad beings. Fibrous bar? Ooh. Nah. Not really ooh. The small metallic bar stings and burns the mouth. It also radiates a force that flows through the body, strengthening sinew and reinforcing muscle. This ancient key is fashioned of sin steel with a number of free-sliding blocks and spirals that move of their own volition. And is probably capable of opening one or more doors on the slave block. The old slave block. You acquired the key from the Murden chief, but it almost certainly dates from a time long before the Murdens took residence in the slave block. Okay, take it.
Yes.
Still, we don't know
I am the very soul
where
All right.
the frame is supposed to be. Take the standard. Carefully disentangling the standard from the refuse in the Murden chief's nest, you pull it free of the twigs, Murden feathers, rotten flesh, and assorted bones and scraps without damaging it much further. The smell trapped within its folds would make an Aenean gag. You fold up the standard and place it in your pouch.
Sure enough.
And the translator? Kill out of mercy.
Making a note.
You wrap your hands around her throat and squeeze. She does not react as you start to snap her neck, as her eyes bulge and face reddens. Even the rattling of her feet on the floor is entirely involuntary. A reflex driven by the most primitive part of her dead mind. Then, with a sound like rotten twigs underfoot, her bones give way. You release her, and she collapses the floor. To the floor, I would say. Now, just let's go to Skoura and tell her that the Murden are dead, if she's interested in this. Okay, farewell. So, next time, thank you for being here. I know how this looks like, but I mean, still, let's connect on an eye-to-eye level. We will continue our journey through Torment, Tides of Numenera, next Tuesday from 5:30 until 7 o'clock. No, from 5 to 7:30. 17 bis 19:30. And I think we will then step into, well, we will give this guy his, Artaglio his standard, and also we will, I think, go through Little Nilyesh and mess with these thugs that messed with our hotel provider, and then we can sleep for much less chins, I hope, at least, than we should do now. Okay. Let's save. Give standard kick thugs. So, thank you for being here. Goodbye.